Hey guys, alright, I have had so many requests to do some kind of Lauren Conrad inspired do, so this is my version. It is complicated, as in there's a lot of steps to follow, so just be prepared for that, but this is how I do it. So if you are wanting to get this look, then please keep watching. All right, so a few things that we're gonna need. You're gonna need some kind of comb or brush that you're gonna tease your hair with. You're going to need some clips to section off your hair. You're gonna need a ton of bobby pins, more if you have a lot of hair, if your hair's longer, thicker, etc. The less hair you have. Some kind of hairspray. You can use a flat iron or curling iron if you want to. This is, I just curled my hair in really big curls this morning. It's really late now, so this is just kind of how it's fallen out throughout the day. This works better if you do have some kind of body to your hair. Now, if it is stick straight, that's fine. You just might have to bump under the ends a little bit with either a curling iron or a flat iron. So if you just want to spray your hair with hairspray and then use the curling iron and just flip up some random pieces really fast, literally like 2 minutes, then that would probably be your best bet. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna section off my hair. Now, sectioning is really important. It just helps you get so much more control when you section your hair. When you see people just start to like grab sections and pin and fluff, I mean, it can be done, but I just think it's so much easier to follow along when you have sections. So bear with me. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, you wanna find the top of your head. Okay, so like the highest point of your head, usually where your ears are, right here, if you just draw a line up, like where you'd set your headband, right up there. And usually that's where people's part starts to go back into, you know, their bump, or just where it's not splitting down the middle or side. So I'm gonna go right above my ear, right up to this top, and I'm gonna take this section. It doesn't have to be perfect either. You're basically just grabbing what's in front of your ear. I'm gonna take this and I just twist it to get it out of my way. I'm gonna take a clip it out of my way. Same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go right back here to the top of my head, take it down to my ear, clip this out of my way. It's gonna look crazy, but there's a purpose. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a section about even with your eyes all the way around your head. And I just use my fingers for this. So just right above my ears, I'm gonna take this section all the way around, and I'm gonna clip this out of the way. All right, now with this bottom section, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna split it in half in the back. Okay. I'm going to twist one section out of my way and clip it. And I'm going to twist the next section out of my way and clip it. So now I have these two sections in the back. I have one main section on top, and I have two on my sides. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top section down. Now I'm sure you're going to ask, why didn't I just leave it down in the first place? But when I work on these two bottom sections, if you get these done and then you go to tease the top, a lot of times I'll end up like accidentally knocking hair that I've pinned down here, and then it's just a disaster. So I like to tease this top first. So I'm gonna just use a big comb like this. I'm gonna take this triangle right on the top, and like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. The one thing you do wanna be careful of is your front section. Like the section that you see, you don't want to tease a ton, because then you're going to be able to see that rat's nest if you tease too much. So I'm going to take this section, it's about this thick, and normally when I tease I only go about 1 inch. I am going to go a little bit higher because this look does have a lot of volume. Okay, so I'm going to start maybe 4 inches up and just tease down. Now, the little frizzies that I did get in the front, I'm just going to lightly comb them up. I'm gonna spray this section, maybe, with some hairspray, and then I'm gonna let this section fall. Then I'm gonna grab the section directly underneath, do the same thing, and this section you can tease quite a bit more because you're not going to see it. I'm still going pretty high. Whoop. Spray that. Drop my comb. Okay, now you just want to find the rest of the hair that was left out, not the one that's in the bottom section of the clips, but still work in this section. I'm going to take the hair, tease this as well. Spray. Take what's left over here. Tease that and spray. All right, now I'm gonna flip it all forward and just grab it now gently, because you don't want to pull out all the tease. I'm just gonna twist it and pin this on top of my head to keep it out of my way. Okay? And there we have it. No, kidding. Okay, so now for the starting of the style. All right, so I split my two bottom sections in half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out one of my sides. Okay, and I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of hairspray just for some control. Run my fingers through it. And I'm gonna split this section in half. Okay, so the section that I just made, split it in half, and I am just going to, actually, you know what, before I do that, I'm gonna tease that a little bit. And what I wanna do is I'm not gonna tease towards the outside because this is what you're going to see. I'm gonna tease toward the inside of this section. So what I mean by that is, I got my section split in two. I'm going to take it and I'm going to tease the inside of this section. This is going to give you a lot of volume. So I'm going to tease that really well. I'm not going to do any towards the front because I don't want to get any frizziness happening there. So I have that tease. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this section in half. It's going to be kind of tricky because you've teased, so just grab the ends. And I'm going to start about halfway down, but this is just my length of hair. If your hair's longer, it'd probably just be like a couple inches. And I'm just going to loosely start twisting this hair, very loosely. All right, so now once I twisted the two strands, what I'm going to do is have a bobby pin ready. I'm going to show you from the front first, and then I'll move to the side. I'm just going to pull my hair straight back and then lift it up. I'm going to put my hand right at the roots and flip my hair over and pin it. Okay, so let me show you from the side. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, so I have my hair twisted. I'm going to lift my hair straight back. I'm going to put my hand right here at my root just so I can flip my hair around and catch it like this. Is that making sense? So instead of doing where you would just do like a little ponytail bun this way, you're just gonna flip it the other way. So let me do this again because I have taken it out. I'm gonna twist my hair very loosely, put my hand, flip it up, and you want this to be, your loop will be like vertical with your head. You don't want it sticking out this way. So once you have that, you're going to pin it in place. And depending on how much hair you have, how long it is, you'll use more pins. I only need a couple to kind of get this in place. And then I'm just going to separate it a little bit with my hands. Okay, so right now this is what we're looking like. And then I have this little tail of hair right here. I'll deal with that later, so you don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, so next I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to take my hair, I'm going to tease the inside, so closest to, you know, my part down the middle. Then I'm going to take my hair and I'm going to twist it. I'm not starting all the way at the root. I'm starting, you know, a few inches down my hair. Have your bobby pin ready. I'm going to pull my hair back, catch my hand right at that root, and flip my hair around. Now, when these are in the back, they won't be touching. So, but you're not gonna necessarily be able to see them when you're standing straight on. If you can see them like Princess Leia buns on the side of your head, then you probably did them too far out. So they look like this in the back. All right, so now I'm just going to spray these to make sure they hold. Now, as you can see now, since I had some curl in my hair, these are kind of bending already and giving a great kind of sassy, little bit of a curl here. Not a curl, but you know, if your hair was straight, it would probably be kind of sticking out crazy. So you could do this look with spikes. I know a lot of people like, not spikes, but you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna do that. All right, so I have that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna concentrate on this top section. So I'm gonna take this down very gently, and I took the whole section down, but I'm gonna split that section in half that I just made. It doesn't have to be half, but you know, whatever. Close enough. So I'm gonna take this hair and I am going to split this in half as well. Now it's pretty much already teased, but I'm just gonna do a little bit more just in case at the root here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this section on one side and I'm gonna pull it to the other side. So instead of going straight down, all I'm going to do, let me turn so you guys can see, is it's split in half. I have one side. I'm going to just take it straight down and pin it directly over where I put this little bun thing. So I'm not gonna go straight down to the bun that's right directly below it. I'm gonna move it diagonal to the other side. You can kind of move this hair out of the way if you want. So I'm gonna take this and go directly above where I pinned that other bun. Okay? All right, now I'm gonna do the other side. Tease it a little bit more if you need to. And same thing, you're gonna take this down over the, I don't even know if I'm in the frame, over this bump that you just made and pull it over directly above the bun. So that is what we're looking like so far. All right, so now, as you can tell, it's slightly alien-esque in the back. Alien / Snooki, okay? That's okay, because we're going to shape everything when we're all done. So it's gonna look crazy while you're doing it, but don't have a panic attack. What you can do if it's kind of bugging you, now you can't see from the top, so I'm gonna show you from the back, is how you're kind of flat right there. You can take your comb and just lightly lift it up. Now you don't wanna do a huge amount because you have all of this hair on top to place too. So once you get that done, you wanna spray that. Now the nice thing about using extensions is you do have more hair to work with and manipulate, but at the same time that can also be more difficult because, like I just said, if you're having a tricky time, you have more hair that you have to, you know, deal with. All right, so I'm gonna take this section on top. I'm gonna tease a little bit more at the roots here. And then I'm just gonna lay it down over what I just did. I'm gonna spray it. I'm all about the spray, guys. All right, and now what I'm gonna do is, I have shorter layers, so I could just kind of, not leave it, but in essence, you know, kind of leave it like this. If your hair is longer, then you're gonna have, you know, hair laying down here that you're gonna need to pin. So I'll just kind of show you, you know, how I might pin it. Okay, so here's some longer pieces. I would just take this section and you just wanna pin it in where it needs to go. Now, if they are super long, what I would do is I would just kind of twist them and pin. It's not sloppy, but it's more of a messy look. So you know, don't be afraid to have it be messy. So I'm gonna take this section and pin it there as well. Now I don't have any in the back that I need to pin. So I'm just gonna spray this. And then I'm gonna go through, let me take these, you can take these clips out now if you want, but I need to take them out so I can see kind of what's happening here. Okay, I'm just gonna go through a little bit and pull out any areas that I need fixing. Okay, so now for the front. You can do a middle part if you want. You can do a side part. You could not have any part. You could do whatever you want to. I have had a side part all day, so I think I'm gonna do that just because my hair's naturally kind of wanting to do that. But let's start with the thinner side first, the side with less hair. I'm gonna take this section and I'm gonna tease, same thing, I'm gonna hold it out and I'm gonna tease the back side away from my face. Not as much as I did everywhere else, but a little bit to give it a little bit of volume. Spray it with some spray. Now, I'm gonna split this section in half, and when I do the front, I do it diagonal. So instead of going, you know, a vertical line, splitting my section in half, I'm gonna start at my part. Okay, here, I'll use a comb in case that works better for you guys. Start at my part, and I'm just gonna do a diagonal part of these two sections. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can even go up the back if you want. Just, you don't necessarily want it to be straight across. All right, so I have my section here, and with this top section, I'm gonna twist it. Now you could braid this if you want. I'm gonna twist mine so it's more Lauren Conrad-esque. I'm gonna take this section of hair and I'm gonna start close to the scalp. If you twist it out here, that's fine, but I like to have it a little bit closer to the scalp. So I'm holding the whole section and I'm just starting to twist in up here. You don't want it to be super tight, but you can also push it up to loosen it as well. So I'm gonna twist this, twisting, twisting, twisting. I'm gonna twist all the way down my hair, all the way to the back middle section, in between my two buns, and let that piece go. All right, now I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. I know this section's still down, but I'm going to, you can kind of move your bangs out of the way if you have bangs, and do the same thing, make the same kind of diagonal part. Tease this. Spray it a little bit. And then I'm gonna start twisting. So I have this section, but I'm gonna start high up on my head. And I'm gonna twist my hair all the way down. Gonna twist it and bring it down again over the buns to the middle of my hair. Okay, so I have those two now. And now is where, before you do these front sections, this is where you wanna play and kind of fix any problems you have. So this part is sticking out a little bit too much for me. So all I'm gonna do is just pull it down a little bit and stick a pin there to get it out of my way so it's not so big. Okay, so this is how we are looking now. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the front sections. All right, so the last two things are to do these front pieces. What I'm gonna do is pull this section straight back. Now, if you want to, you can leave, you know, some kind of tendrils down in front if you want. I'm not going to on this side. I'm just gonna take this section, I'm gonna pull it straight back, and I'm gonna leave it over my ear a little bit. I just think it's more harsh harsher if you have it up over your ear. So I'm gonna leave it on my ear just a tad. And I'm gonna pull it, same thing, down over the buns that I've made in the back and bring it all the way across to this other side and pin it. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the other side. Separate your bangs out. Take this section, pull it down, around, over the ear a little bit. Pull it down and around, over the buns that you've made in the back, all the way to the other side, and pin that. Okay, so this basically is the Lauren Conrad inspired do. Okay, let me fix this one again. And like I said, depending on how long your hair is, your layers, your thickness, etc., it's just gonna be a playing game. I mean, you really are just gonna have to mess with it and try to find, you know, what works best for you. Now, you can obviously do a lot more volume up here if you want. You cannot make it as volume-esque as mine is. You can braid these two strands back instead of having them twisted. You can separate them a little bit if you want to have them a little bit looser. You can leave tendrils down in front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this really well all over. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like from the side here. Okay, let me show you the other side. Let me show you the back. Okay, so this is my version of a Lauren Conrad inspired do. I have had so many requests to do something like this, so I hope you find this helpful. Once again, I'm sorry about the lighting, but it's nighttime and it's a hair tutorial, so lighting isn't that important. So please let me know if you try this, how it works out for you. I know it's a lot of steps, but once you get the hang of it, it's super easy. So good luck and thanks for watching. Bye. I have had so many requests to do something like this, so I hope you find this helpful. Once again, I'm sorry about the lighting, but it's nighttime and it's a hair tutorial, so lighting isn't that important. So please let me know if you try this, how it works out for you. I know it's a lot of steps, but once you get the hang of it, it's super easy. So good luck and thanks for watching. Bye.